Hello, everybody. Thank you for clicking Who's Next podcast. This is our first episode, and just want to talk a little bit about it. Who's Next podcast is just me and a few friends and my brother talking about what we've all played since we were younger. We don't have any type of degrees or in the industry per se. We're just people who want to just, you know, talk about what we love and be entertaining and just, put some content out there and have fun with it. And we hope you enjoy it. I don't know where this will take us or where we might evolve down the road. Right now, we will have two podcasts. This one, Who's Next, and Losing Lives. Losing Lives is a movie podcast that's based on movies that are from video games. Um, each of these episodes will release every other week, giving content once a week. Now, this content as an advisory is for adult audiences. If you listen to this around a kid, you may not want to. We do use some, language and talk about stuff that, may not want to have a kid around for. So I just want to give you a little advisement on that before you get into this episode. And if you start becoming a permanent listener, you know, this will be your first warning. But we just wanted to hang loose, talk about games, you know, do some fun stuff. We have a cooking show in this episode. Eric, good friend of mine for years, is a really talented guy in the kitchen and also a hardcore gamer. So we decided to try and put together a little show to be added in with this. We also, this whole episode will just be, and everyone after that, just different segments. We have a couple different ideas for segments. In this episode, we do Gamer Needs Food Badly. That's the first, uh, well, it's one of the segments. The first segment we do is talking shit, and that's basically us just talking about anything that's going on in the gaming industry. In some later episodes we've already recorded, we we do predictions, where we try to predict the future of a game in the worst way possible. Big dick, little dick, no dick. That's one. I'll let y'all find that one out when that episode drops. And back in time, that one is just kind of going back and a game from our past, a game we grew up playing that we just feel like, yeah, we want to talk about, and yeah, this is like brings us back to a place when we were younger and all that. And those are just a few segments. We've got different ones planned for later episodes, and whichever ones we feel we like, we'll have them keep reoccurring. So this is just a little bit about what this is, what it's about, and I hope you enjoy. If you're also a fellow podcaster, give us a shout out on Twitter, Instagram. Just kind of say, hey, listen to the episode. Let us know. Because I like to listen to podcasts. I listen to a lot of different ones. And you give me a shout out and say, hey, you listen to ours. And that way I know and I can find out about yours. And I'd love to listen to yours as well. It's all about just, having fun, putting stuff out there. And, it's the internet, right? So, hope you enjoy the show. Let the intro song play. And, yeah, if you feel the need, give us, talk to us. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and check out our website, www.who'snextgaming.com, and see what we're all about.
When did this turn into Beautiful World?
Who's Next Podcast.
Did he say how many copies they got?
2.
Who's Next Podcast.
First thing that comes to me is fuck this water temple.
Yeah.
I have a way. Yeah, exactly.
Who's Next Podcast.
Please give us money. We need it. Yeah.
Yep. Alright. Let's go. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Here we go. Let's do it. First person shooters. I already forgot the name of the guy that we were supposed
We're not talking
to be.
about him. So
I thought we were using him as like a platform.
John Carmichael.
Yeah, that's not his name either.
But it's definitely John Carmack.
Yes. Same difference.
Sure. Okay, if that's what you say.
All right.
But no, I was just gonna talk about. Well, I guess the first one we could just do talking shit. But basically, what I want to talk about is, of course, the new thing that came out was the Switch. So, of course, it looks like nobody got one but me.
Yeah, it's weird because the first thing I was going to mention about the Switch is I couldn't get my hands on one.
Yeah, I tried after work.
Get your hand off my penis!
I never touched anybody's penis after work, but I tried to get a Switch, So, like, all throughout my shift, I was in touch with my wife, and I was like, check online at Target. I'm right next to Target out here in Homa. I'm just going to pop in and see if they have one. Like, I was pretty desperate because all day I'm just scrolling Reddit, and it's just Legend of Zelda, 10 out of 10, 40 out of 40, 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Top game of all time.
You were sending it to me like all day.
Dude, it was awful.
Yeah. I actually, so I get up early as fuck for work. And I woke up and I drove out like around 4 in the morning. Jeez. Pulled into Walmart and Boutique and was like, oh, maybe I'll get the drop on them. This is a 24-hour Walmart. Walk into Walmart, like, hey, do you have the Switch? They were like, but basically what happened was they said they only got 7 at Boutique.
Yeah.
So they only got 7. So I'm like, shit. So then I drive over to La Plaza and I'm like, all right, let me try them. And I pull in, I looked at Google and they were like, oh, it's open at 5. Pull in at like 5:10. And like, I'm already a little late for work, but not really, because we have an opening like whenever we get there, load the truck. It's flexible. So pull in like 5:10, go up to the door, and the Walmart guy's like doing the hand across the neck motion like this, and I look and it's like, oh, it opens for 6. Shit.
Oh,
so
that sucks.
I go load my truck. In my route, I go right back past that Walmart. So I was like, all right, pull in, walk to the back. Hey, do you have a Switch? Same laugh. And
wait, all right. So what time was this?
This was like 6:20.
Oh my
so
God.
This is like 20 minutes after the.
Did he say how many copies they got?
2.
Yeah. When I went to Target, this is like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so it was a pretty desperate grab. But he basically laughed and said, we sold out of all 16, like within the first 20 minutes. I was like, 16? They did the same shit with the original Nintendo release. I heard the same things about retailers only getting like 10 or 12 or something like that. Yeah. And so everybody was just, shocked that they were already sold out. It was weird.
Tina, why don't you tell them how you got the Switch?
I got to Best Buy right before 9. They had about 15 people out in line.
That's not so bad.
I like where
just
this is
50.
going.
Yeah, we walked in and they had a whole stack of them in the front. I couldn't see how many because they had way too many people there. I grabbed one and then they had one left. But they had about 4 on the shelf and they put out probably another 45 when I was there checking out. They had a lot at Best Buy.
So, for the record, if I would have asked you guys to buy another one and I paid you back like the same day, would that have happened?
Probably if we went before noon. They had a lot. But I got there like right when they opened.
Oh, I mean, like if you would have just bought 2 instead of 1.
Oh yeah, they had somebody buying them.
I was kicking myself when I got home from work.
I was trying to
should've
tell
just
you.
said buy 2.
Yeah. If you'd have told me, I think we could have, but we would have needed the money like that.
Yeah,
day.
I could have. You know, that wouldn't have been a problem.
No, it's
Oh,
okay,
well.
guys. Or you could do like me and put all your eggs in one basket in Toys R Us and get the greatest gift of all.
Was that the gift?
Disappointment.
That sounded like disappointment. So,
Yeah.
but so we got the Switch and she got Zelda, and but I didn't get off work till I didn't get home till like 9 in the morning. I mean 9 at night. Excuse me. Yeah. So I was working from like 5 in the morning till 7:30 at night. And it takes me like an hour and a half to get
Depending
home.
on traffic.
I
Yeah,
didn't
depending
know
on
you
traffic.
you worked days
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah,
That
but it's
that
only
sucks.
4 days a week. But this week
That
was
makes it a little better.
this week was weird because of Mardi Gras. I had Tuesday off, and so I worked Friday.
Yeah, because
But
it
then-
pushes all the days
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
I remember that life.
Yeah,
Shut
but
up.
so then I was like, all right, but a customer called and they were like, oh, we're out of pizza, and hey, we're in Grand Isle. That's only a 3-hour drive away. So I actually woke up this morning for like 2 in the morning to get out there, get the van, drive down there with a hot shot, and come back. So I've only had 20 minutes to play the Switch since this recording. So, but from what I saw, I turned it on and there's nothing. There's
What do you
like no Netflix stuff, no Hulu stuff. There's like 4 games you can buy on the online e-store. Virtual console is not on it yet. Nothing.
I mean, usually I would say like that's ridiculous. You know, you got to relaunch with all your stuff. But after Zelda's reviews, I can kind of look back in hindsight and say like, well,
It doesn't fix it, but it makes it less of a pill.
it makes it easier for me to accept
The
because
penetration doesn't hurt as much when it's going in your asshole, basically. So
if that's how you want to
that's
So-
how-
that picture.
exactly how.
So you're
All right.
saying without that, they anally wreck you, but yet comfort you with a cuddle
Yeah,
having Zelda.
basically.
Okay.
I think so. Well,
I think I should get this Switch.
I think
was
it's a
saying
cuddle.
that seems acceptable. To
I think it's a
Okay.
cuddle and a reach around.
Yeah.
Because Zelda's pretty good from what it seems. But I can't really speak to it because I haven't had much time to
You
play
haven't
it
even
yet.
turned it on
Right.
yet.
Yeah, I haven't really turned it on. So I'm going to try and grind into it if I can get it from Braden. Because he's going to be trying to play. Oh, it's a Nintendo. He saw the picture Tina showed him in Mardi Gras. And he like, I want that. I want that.
I don't know what it is, but I want that.
I want
that
that
thing.
I want that. So, but I'll tell you, I'm curious to see. See, the other thing they were talking about is they're gonna try and charge for online. So that's happening. Just like,
I mean, that's the standard.
but
Like,
they're also
Fine.
doing those dumbass. From my understanding, those dumbass link account. Like you can get these like codes and you got to give these codes to your friends so that they can, like, instead of having like a gamer tag like on PlayStation or Xbox where you have like a name and I could search you with it,
Yeah.
you'll have like a friend code.
Oh, okay.
That's
So,
what they've
I
been
mean,
doing on the 3DS for a while now. That's the way they've been doing it. They say they're gonna keep doing it that way.
Yeah, that's,
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I got the 3DS recently for my birthday back in December, and yeah, it's the exact same thing. I assume they're just sticking with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't had much. I think I tried to play online with the Wii or Wii U once. Like, I
Well-
had it hooked up, and it wasn't that great of an experience. I'm hoping the Switch is gonna be better, but I feel like even just looking at it and some of the stuff I've been hearing about it, I don't think they should have like, oh, this is a console just like Xbox. They should have been like, oh, this is a fire ass handheld that nobody has. Because comparing it to a console like Xbox or PlayStation, there's no contest.
Not
Did they
even
do that?
close.
Yeah, it's not. Even
I never saw anything
they
that
did
compared
they,
it like
the
that.
presentation that they had. They
Yeah.
kind of kept saying like, "Oh, it's console." Like it was something.
Yeah, okay.
And a lot of different podcasts I listen to, that report more newsy type stuff. Same
Right.
thing, like console, whatever. And
Yeah.
like that was actually some of the gripes that I've heard other people have too. Like, why are you marketing this as a console, especially when you have something like Xbox coming out with the Scorpio, and that's gonna basically be like a next gen console, from what it sounds like. But they're saying like, oh, it's still gonna play Xbox One games and all this kind of stuff, but it's gonna be like 4K, which like PlayStation Pro can do 4K, but I hear it like struggles to do that from how it operates, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But Scorpio is supposed to like blow everything out the water and supposed to be this big time like high tech system that's gonna be steps beyond what's out there. So that comes out, and then the Switch, which is barely comparable to what the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 can do, from my understanding.
Sounds like to me Microsoft is trying to compare sizes.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I'm a little surprised that it has been marketed as, you know, a console on par with PlayStation and Xbox, because when you watch that the like commercial that they came out with to kind of like introduce it, what it really focused on was the fact that it was a handheld. Like, most of the commercial was picking it up and going outside and like hanging out with your friends.
More
and
like a Nintendo iPad.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I was surprised when you told me that.
I think they market it with the handheld thing because that's important. But what they're trying to compete with, what they're saying they're like competing with, is like Xbox and PlayStation. I just don't think that's
Yeah.
That's if way back when Sega tried to compete with, let's say, Super Nintendo with a Game Gear. It's like, this is not a system, this is a handheld.
I mean,
What are you doing here?
I guess that's just something to address what was one of the main complaints in my mind for the Wii when it first came out. They never gave it like any sort of like a real boost. Like, it had no enhanced graphics or anything like that. The whole thing was it's, you know, like motion sensed gaming, and a lot of people were like, well, it's like our current generation processing power though, and that was a big issue. So I have to assume that's why they're pushing this now, because it looks like they gave it at least a minor boost, maybe not on par with what Sony and Microsoft did, but they did kick it up a little bit, just enough to say like, oh yeah, we're getting back into the console game.
The console wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even know how. Well, I guess if Nintendo's got really good See, they've got really good first party stuff. Like you've got Donkey Kong, you got Mario, you've got Zelda, you've got Metroid if they do something with that. You've got a lot of good recognized brands, and then whatever new stuff they can come with. See, that works for them, but like Xbox lost the console wars. They really did. They're behind, and that's why I think.
Yeah,
they,
I was pretty disappointed with Microsoft.
Yeah, that's why I think they pulled out the card of doing PC and Xbox together. And that way they can increase their user size. So if they need to get other developers to make exclusives for their system, which is what drives console sales, basically, as well as just whatever features they might have, which apparently didn't work because PlayStation beat them out. But that's why I think Sunset Overdrive failed, is because they just didn't have enough consoles, enough people to buy that game, which was a really good game, and it was
really fun.
It had a lot of marketing for it and everything too, but it just fell. But when you have PlayStation with 55 million plus units sold and Xbox with like 25, you have half the customer base. But if you open PC gaming, now you've increased your customer base that only has Xbox or Microsoft stuff. So Nintendo, the thing is, like, I don't think they're going to be selling nearly as many units as Xbox or PlayStation anytime soon, or...
Well, the second thing about that, actually, I found online, is that the Switch actually has more pre-orders right now than the PS4 did.
So the Switch has more pre-orders than the PlayStation 4 did?
Yeah.
At launch right now.
At launch? Does it say how many units they shipped out?
They've shipped out 2 million units.
So, yeah.
On
So,
launch day, yeah.
but that's just probably Nintendo.
Well, they sold 2 million units on launch day. They sold
2 million
They sold out
units.
their entire...
Yeah, just think about the.
They would have sold more, but like I think it was a day after the announcement of it, like gonna be on sale in March. You had basically a night to pre-order it, and then it was like, oh, coming soon. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just a logistics issue where they just can't produce enough Switches, or if it's something else. I don't know.
Yeah, Nintendo and like Sony, Microsoft, they have to contract out for their hardware development. You got to remember that Microsoft makes computers, Sony makes electronics.
Yeah,
They can make all their stuff in house.
In layman terms, what he's trying to say is Nintendo gives no fucks.
Yeah,
none whatsoever.
Sounds like it.
They say, guess what? You're getting 6. Come at me, bro.
Yeah, Walmart with like, oh, we got 2. But they're pre-ordered.
Remember what I told you about the NES Classic Special Edition? Mm-hmm. Jesus, people are still knocking on Toys R Us's door for that shit.
Oh, yeah?
God damn.
Yeah, I heard that.
I can't turn around fast enough and that I see a hot MILF ask me about the Nintendo.
That's funny.
Yeah. They really need to find a way to up their production, because their strategy seems to be even with the Wii U and everything, even with the Wii when it became such a big hit, is to start off slow and then slowly try to ramp up production, which is why I think they set the online for June. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, anyways, so that's a bit about the Switch. What you think about Netflix gaming?
What is Netflix
you don't
gaming?
Know
I have no idea.
Netflix is not doing gaming.
Okay.
Xbox,
I was about to say
Xbox is rolling out a $9.99 a month access to like over 100 game titles. And what's different about this is what PlayStation was trying to do. PlayStation was you had to stream them.
Yes.
Xbox, you can download them to your system and it just play them. So you won't have that.
So it's for a monthly fee. Do you have to pay for each title on top of that monthly fee?
No. You just get it, and if you like the title and want to buy it, you get a 20% discount.
That's
actually pretty
kind of
cool.
like what GameFly.
It's almost like that, like a GameFly thing, but you're only for Xbox titles.
Okay.
It's kind of like EA does something like that, I think, with the EA Pass. So Xbox is doing that. So if with that doing that, do you think that's gonna start changing the way we game? Because like personally, I see GameStop shutting their doors in the next 5 years if they don't start doing something else. They already filling the store with like T-shirts and toys and other stuff
pops
to sell.
stuff.
Yeah.
So many pops.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be like a clothing and apparel store instead of just like a gaming store, because you got good.
It's just what you're saying right now. It's digital releases are just kind of the way to go. People don't really care about owning the box and having like the manual inside the box. Like that's no longer a thing. Like when we were kids, that was one of the most exciting moments of buying a new game. It's like getting in the car, mom's driving home, and the first thing we want to do is like find the bag with our game in it so we can open it and just crack open the manual. And that doesn't happen anymore. Like even if you are buying the actual like physical copies of the games, there's nothing else in there besides the game itself. So yeah, people are definitely shifting towards I have been shifting towards just digitally purchasing games. Like I'll digitally pre-order a game before I go to GameStop and put $5 down. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because I started noticing they were just, hey, pre-order with us to get more shit.
Yeah, just stuff,
It's like, please pre-order with us. Come on.
But I mean, now even Sony, I guess is where you would say it's coming from. But you can pre-order a game on the PlayStation Network, and it's the same shit. It's like if you pre-order it now, you'll get some sort of extra gun, sword, outfit, whatever. Same shit that GameStop used to offer and used to be kind of exclusive, and that's just not the case anymore.
But why do that when you can go pre-order at GameStop and they give you a shirt that says, please give us money. We need it.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Hashtag GameStop for life.
Hashtag.
A succulent Chinese meal.
But I mean, that's the problem with any box store. Retail stores, like, they're shutting down all over. It's not just like GameStops, but I think GameStops, and what Kevin over here was just showing me, that they do have a lot of different. Oops. Oh, yeah, click that back on. They do have a lot of different companies and stuff that they own, with EB Games, Babbage's. They have the Game Informer magazine, Think Inc., Impulse, GeekNet. So I mean, they have like different websites, news.
They still have Babbage's?
Yeah, I think so. I guess some
Holy
other
shit.
places. Yeah, right.
I missed Babbage's when it was in Oakwood.
Yeah. Didn't they have it in the Lakeside Mall too?
They did until GameStop took it over.
Yeah.
They also operate Cricket Wireless. They're unauthorized retailer for Cricket Wireless.
You know what I miss? Rhino.
Cricket Wireless. Yeah.
Do you remember that? Rhino?
Yeah, Rhino. Yeah. But
Until GameStop came by and stepped all over their dick.
yeah. But I think basically it's just going to be, we're moving into the future slowly but surely, where everything's going to be digital downloads. Like, because, I mean, developers don't want you to buy a game and trade it in to GameStop so that they can resell it and resell it and resell it,
right,
and not give the developers any of that money. Now, of course, for us, we love it. We can get it for cheaper, but I mean, I think Microsoft was even trying to do an Xbox that had no disk drive, so that you just download.
You just download.
Yeah, but like people are still not exactly ready for that yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wouldn't go over well.
No,
You know?
it wouldn't go over too well at all. How's the food coming?
It's coming along pretty good. Just got done with the rock sirloin.
So you,
Still need to prepare that a bit more.
all right, so as this being the first podcast that we're doing, and it's gonna be a rough start, and we figuring things out. What we're doing here is we're gonna try and implement with each one of these episodes is just gonna be us talking shit. We have some different segments and stuff that we'll probably do, and one of them is Gamer Needs Food Badly. It'll be a page on the website www.who'snextgaming.com where you can get these podcast episodes. You can go online and you can see what we're cooking. We have Eric over here who's going to take the duties of cooking things we find in games. Maybe we can make some creations about games with cooking food. If anybody's listening to this first episode, you can tweet at us and message us and have any ideas of stuff we can have Eric cook, because he doesn't do anything anyways. So he'll be glad to sit down and try and figure shit out to do. You know, so... but what we got cooking is since Zelda just released and the Switch, and it's the thing everybody's talking about, and we figured we'll just be like the masses and say what everybody else is talking about. So why the fuck not? And we're gonna do a rock sirloin, and we're doing the cheese fish pumpkin soup.
Something from Zelda Twilight Princess.
This is a pearl
What
soup.
the
So-
fuck?
Yeah, we're
so-
gonna do
It's called-
this. And this is what's gonna happen after.
Gentlemen, I am lactose intolerant. Let's not do that.
Yeah, so
Please pray for our belly.
yeah, right. So you got that cooking on. So you said you're done with the rock sirloin. Why don't you go ahead and get that out? Maybe cut. Well, first let's do this.
So, does anybody remember where the cheese, fish, and pumpkin soup? I know it was from Twilight Princess, but I don't remember any of the circumstances around it. I just remember the food and my wife and I being like, "What the fuck is this shit?" You know, it's absolutely disgusting.
I don't remember much at all about this. I just came to Eric like, hey, let's do some Zelda food, because why the fuck not? And that's when he came with the rock sirloin. Keep the camera out, because take more pictures once he puts that little bone in over there.
Yeah, I do remember the rock sirloin. That's from Majora's Mask, when you're trying to get into the Goron's home,
Oh,
and
one
everything's
thing before, not to cut you off, but if
Well,
you're
you
hearing
did cut
any
me off.
noise, I did. I
Asshole.
meant to. So yeah, that's right. So yeah. Anyways,
You think
I
it's
just want
because
to let
it's
you
your
know
brother,
some
you
of
can
the
get away
noise
with
you've
it.
been hearing in the background this episode is just Eric cooking like that.
Yep,
Right.
That
was-
definitely picked up. But he's
now he's just trying to be an asshole.
yeah, basically he's just like, fuck having listeners. Fuck this podcast.
I'm
I'ma stick
slaving
this
away in
bone-
the kitchen for you guys.
Yeah, he's just gonna stick that bone up that meat's ass. He's gonna eat it, and he's just gonna be like, "That's right, that's right."
I won't
it
lie,
over?
gentlemen. That's gonna be me when I get to that rock
Yeah.
sirloin.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that's
I
probably
can't
you
wait.
drinking beer. But anyways, Timmy, I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
just want to
Fair enough.
clarify, when he said bone, he meant penis.
Get your hand off my penis!
Very well.
Get your hand off my penis!
Eric is like 12 years old. Like, I just say penis, and he
Yeah.
just loses it over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he definitely.
So
is.
anyway, rock sirloin is when you're going into the Goron's place and everything's frozen over, and one of the Gorons is, he's not frozen, but he's like starting to freeze, and he's like, the only thing that'll help me is if you give me one of those delicious rock sirloins, and you have to go find, you have to go find this big hunk of, I mean, it's, if I understand it correctly, it was literally just a rock, Yeah, shaped like a sirloin steak, and you got to carry it over and throw it over to him. And I do not remember what he does for you though. And
I think that.
no, that wasn't it.
I think.
No. I'm pretty sure that is not an in any of
Must
the
have
Zelda
been a good day
franchise.
for Link.
No.
Must have been a really good day.
Kill my dick!
Yeah. But, so what about the soup, though? So you don't remember what that's from?
I don't remember.
What's the soup from?
The soup.
Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess?
It's called the Superb Soup. You make it in order to heal Yeto's wife, Yeti.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so it's for a Yeti.
Yeah,
Yeti.
there's two
Okay.
Yetis that live on top of Snow Peak. You go there because
And-
it's supposed to be like, it's one of the temples you have to do.
You
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
hearing him a little off mic. That's Kevin. He's helping us out, looking up information as we go along about what we're talking about.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
We're probably idiots, but he makes us just a little bit smarter.
Just a little
False.
Just a tad.
bit. But I'm watching you, Kevin.
Did you stick that bone up that meat's ass?
Not yet.
God damn it. I need pictures of that.
And why is my back to this? Why can I not see this?
That's the other reason I'm here. Is to take these kinky pictures of this meat.
It's weird. I
It's
turn
freaking
around
bomb.
and the
It's
first thing I see is Eric porking that thing. Take it how you want it, people.
Yeah.
Take it how you want it.
Well, while he's doing that, why don't we do a small segment that we have, which I don't have any music for yet. We're still working on that. But let's go back in time a little bit and talk about Ocarina of Time. Let's
Oh,
do some
hell
of
yeah.
that.
Oh,
So
shit.
since we're
That
on the
was
Zelda
my
kick here.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ocarina of Time. Ryan, why don't we start with you? What you remember about that? Where were you at that time? What were you doing when you were playing that game?
To be honest, that was really not my cup of tea at the time. My
What
brother.
an idiot.
People, if you can always see the look I'm giving him.
Some people play Ocarina of Time, and
Some people fuck
hey.
at funerals.
Hey, bear with me here, okay? At first, not my cup of tea. It wasn't. Because my brother had an N64, I had a PlayStation. So he had Ocarina of Time.
yeah.
Fast forward to 2004, where my brother moves out, leaves his N64, takes his PlayStation 2, and I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do? So I decided to hook the N64 and actually decide to play Ocarina of Time and realize I'm a deprived child. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And I literally played the shit out of it the entire senior year.
Yep.
And
You know what, Ryan?
Too late!
is it really?
Too late!
Is it really?
All right. Is that it? Are you done? I'm kind of tired of hearing you talk right now.
You say that all the time. But yet you still look me in the face when we make love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Thank you. I'm glad. You know what? Tim, what
Yeah.
about you?
You know, anytime I think of Ocarina of Time, I think back to when we...
You think of Devil May Cry. Yeah.
I think of masturbation.
There you go.
That's pretty much where it takes me back to.
There you
Okay.
Filling that dark hole with light.
go. I'm going to let your daughter hear this first episode when she's 5. Go ahead.
She's
This
gonna be
episode-
one proud. She's gonna be one proud kid.
This episode will be eradicated by the time she is 5 years old.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, Ryan's just going to be saving it, and he's just going to be like waiting outside your house like, she'll be 5 soon.
Yeah,
Episode
okay.
1.
Daddy,
outside the
Daddy,
house.
who's that guy with the stereo above his head? You get inside right now.
I'm sorry, Tim. Go ahead. What about
Is it a wait outside the house of a 5-year-old girl
You're going
in
to
the
jail,
middle
son.
of the night?
Yeah, you're
Hey,
Oh,
man.
going to
it's
jail,
one
sir.
phone call away.
Hey, man.
You're a pedophile.
Hey, man.
Like, it's as fast as that.
It's a new America.
Get your hand off my penis!
Jam that
All right.
bone in that suck you and rock sirloin.
Wait, what?
So,
I jam that bone in that suck you and rock sirloin.
Do you hear this, people? Is it just me?
All right,
Okay.
this is exactly
Succulent
why.
Chinese meal.
we're ready. You got you took pictures?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start cutting some pieces up. I think there's paper plates up in that cabinet. I'm sorry, Tim. Go ahead with Ocarina of Time and what you were doing. We cut
Okay.
you off.
So,
Take 3.
yeah. I always remember when we had the Game Shark and we had the cheat where you could levitate
Oh yeah.
and you use it's like the left trigger or something. And
Yeah, I remember.
we-
I don't remember how to trick.
Look at these fucking cheaters.
It was it was totally horrible. But we had this system down for the water temple utilizing levitation where do you remember that?
Fuck that.
We would knock that shit out in like 3 minutes.
You
It
know
would
what's
just like
funny?
up to a room, get the key, drop down there, get that key, master key, boom, into the boss, fuck this place. Like we had it, it was
Yeah.
perfect.
You know what? In the new Zelda, Eric was like, "Oh, this world and everything. Oh, it's great. I'm gonna jump in the water." Drowned, died. Apparently, they're doing something
can't-
with stamina.
Yeah.
So if
okay,
you run out of
I read about
stamina,
that. You can't do shit.
You drown.
Yeah.
You die.
I mean, it makes sense. You can't jump into a body of water
All he
completely
did was
exhausted.
sprint profusely
Right.
through the fields, and then he drowned.
Hashtag fuck your swimming skills.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's always like the number one memory for me, which kind of sucks. Like there's really great moments in the game, but the first thing that comes to me is fuck this water temple.
Yeah.
I have a way. Yeah, exactly. I have a way to do this very easily. And now, like, I have it for my 3DS, and I got to the water temple, and I was just like, God damn it, I can't levitate. Like, I have to actually figure this shit out now. And I hate this. Like, this is absolutely miserable.
Just there is an action replay for the 3DS, right?
What?
There's an action replay for the 3DS. It's like a Game Shark, but
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
You know what my fondest memory of that game is?
No.
When I first learned to play the Ocarina for the first time,
Yeah.
and one of the characters was like, "Hey, play me a song." I was like, "Okay." It's like a little soft song, whatnot. And all of a sudden, he started dancing like he was in a discotheque.
What's his name?
And he was dancing all over the place. He's
Which
like, "Oh
one was
yeah,
that?
baby, yeah." And I'm like,
the Runga, the Gorgon.
"This
chief.
just got weird."
Oh, yeah, the like leader for the
for the Gorgons.
Yeah.
He's upset. He's like playing a soothing
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
He's
he
throwing a
starts
temper
waving.
tantrum.
He goes ballistic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
He's like, "That's my shit."
Yep. It was.
I'm
that,
looking
like,
at him like, okay.
It ain't that good of man. It
All
was
right.
that like that forest song, right? It was,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
one
a
of
really
those.
soft song, but in his head, it's fucking Skrillex.
It's not that soft. It's kind of sort of upbeat.
It's Sarah's song. It's the song that plays when you go in the Lost Woods.
Sirius.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sirius song.
Well, I just remember having that big long sword, and he would hold it like it was a big long dick.
You would.
And swing it around.
You would.
And yeah, I would.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Of course.
I also
get it out the
all
way.
the great moments
Right.
in the
Yeah.
game, and
Right.
he's
Sword
like,
dick.
"Oh,
Sword
penis."
And I thought mine was gay. Okay.
Yeah, no, mine's
take the
gay.
cake.
I will
Here.
out-gay everyone here.
Okay.
There you go. But
You
no,
win.
but the thing about that big sword that used to kill me though is fucking huge, and it's like I think it was like more powerful than the Master Sword, but
It
if
was.
you
Yeah,
just
no.
swing it around too much, it's
Wait.
gonna shatter.
Wait,
and you gotta go get a new one.
Is that the one where you meet that creature, and he's like, "I can make the sword for you, but you need to go run all the way over here
Yes.
to get this item,
Yes.
bring it
And
back
there's
to
all
me,
sorts
make
of
it."
like time restraints. Like
Right.
you have to do all these things.
Because I got that sword and realized this sword is way taller than Link.
Yeah, it's
Holy
absolutely
shit.
Yeah, that sword was like bigger
But no,
than.
there
yeah.
there was a way to make like a permanent version.
I think there was. You had
Yeah.
to
That
do
was
some
the
other
permanent
stuff.
version y'all were just talking about.
Yeah, where you have to run through all. Yeah,
Oh,
because to get the one that
yeah,
breaks, you
yeah.
just walk up to him
Yeah,
and say
okay.
like,
Yeah,
"Hey."
No, the one that breaks is made by his little brother. That's if you remember in the Gorgon Town. If you go into the little cave,
Yeah,
stuck
he's
inside
like
the mountain.
inside this
The
little
little
kind of
mountain.
cave.
Yeah.
Just remember that, Tim. Little brothers can't do anything right.
Yeah, I got words for his little brother. I'm gonna find that asshole.
You know what really grinds my gear?
Shut
How
up.
in the hell
Shut
that
up.
Shadow
You don't
Link-
have a
Sir,
microphone.
you're not on the microphone,
Please.
sir. You need to shut
Please
the fuck
stop.
up and get away from the table. In fact, where the hell's my food? Because I'm hungry as
you
shit
know what
right
grinds
now.
my gears? Where the fuck is my food?
Yeah, that.
All right, wait. No,
Sorry,
seriously.
Eric. We
Eric.
love you.
Eric.
Yeah.
What grinds your gears, Eric?
The fact that Shadow Link is the hardest damn boss in the temple.
He was hard as fuck.
Freaking amoeba.
Yeah.
That's what's ridiculous.
Yeah, he was like
He was probably the
extremely.
hardest fight in the entire game.
Eric, we was trying not to
Yeah.
remember that moment.
I cheesed the hell out of him. You know what I did the whole time? I did Den's Fire. I spammed the living shit out of that movie. That was my way of cheesing
I thought that
motherfucker.
didn't work on him.
Eric, you would
Maybe
cheat.
it does.
I think he had a Game Shark too.
Probably. Well, that wouldn't make it work. Not that I remember. I don't.
You
remember
don't
it.
remember,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it could. be.
You
Yeah,
fuckers in your Game Shark. But if we got on the subject of PlayStation, I'm just gonna shut my mouth because I had a Game Shark. So,
You remember?
but until then, this will not stand.
I mean,
Yeah.
we
It
had a
will
Game
not.
Shark for the PlayStation 2, and there was
Timmy, the sad truth is we had Game Genies and Game Sharks for every system
yeah,
we
we
owned.
did. We
so
were some
that's the
low-down
dark
fucking
secret
cheaters.
that
God.
you weren't really supposed to say to him. Well, you
Well,
just said it.
whatever. So there was this game for PlayStation called Legend of Legaia.
Oh, that's the RPG game
Where you, like,
it's just
input
like,
commands
It's like
for, like-
high punch, low kick,
Yes.
low kick, stuff like that.
We
And some
had a Game
cool-ass
Shark.
shit
Yeah,
happens.
we had a
I
Game
love
Shark.
that game.
Yeah, it was well, the game sucked, but the like
Not at the time. Not at the time.
But
Don't
that,
you give me that.
That like combat system was like cool as shit, you know, especially at the time. We had a Game Shark for it that gave you an unlimited amount of commands. So we would just like smash our fingers all over like up down square trick this ridiculously long
Right.
combination and just like go and that's probably
It'd be
why
like
I
you're
never
sitting there
beat the
telling
game.
me low kick, low kick, low kick, and 25 other low kicks make something awesome?
No, it's just a whole bunch more low kicks. Nothing cool ever happened.
I don't know. The Game Shark says something different.
I don't know.
Maybe.
It always boosts my confidence.
Eric says the rock sirloin came out pretty good, but I don't think the soup did.
I don't think it was supposed to.
Yeah, I don't think the soup
What
was
exactly, or are we going to talk about this later? What exactly is in the soup? I mean, I know what,
I think
cheese,
we
fish, and
try to
pumpkin,
keep
but
it
like,
like
what exactly?
just like blandly. So it's like goat cheese,
Okay.
whatever that is.
Goat cheese is some good ass shit.
Okay, well then it's
Yeah,
goat cheese,
Do not hate on goat cheese.
Yeah.
chicken broth
Please
for
don't.
the soup. It's fish, and what kind of fish?
What kind of fish?
cod.
Codfish.
Cod.
Atlantean cod.
Yeah, so codfish and pumpkin.
Where? In what format is the fish in the? Is it like just a can of pumpkin
I'm
stuff?
picturing
like
this
that-
soup
That's
with a-
actually
Okay.
what we got from Walmart.
Yeah, all right, that's what I was asking.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I was
yeah.
wondering.
I'm picturing this soup with like a fishtail sticking out of it.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
here you
that's
go.
what-
You got it.
Yeah. So, hey, Reese, did you get those paper plates? Put some of the
God damn it! He's over
Get
here
some-
talking about grinding gears. He
that
doesn't have the
succulent
fucking
meat
plates out
on
yet.
that paper plate, so we can eat it in our mouths.
He's struggling.
Just our mouths.
Just our mouths. You gonna have some meat, Tina? Yeah.
Who's going first for the soup?
I'll do it first. Yeah, I
The
don't
soup?
give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Tim's gonna try that pumpkin fish soup.
Yeah.
cheese.
That goat cheese.
Now I'm pretty sure the fact that it's goat cheese is not gonna rescue this soup. It might, but probably not.
Eric is really getting offended right now.
Yeah, it's
Too late!
alright. Well, why not, since we already hit up Ocarina of Time, why don't we hit up a little bit on, I didn't really play this, but you did. Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better than Ocarina of Time.
I've heard
It's
mixed.
it's a close.
Look up
I love Majora's Mask.
Yeah, Majora's Mask is really, really
It
good.
holds a special place in my heart out of all the Zelda games.
Yeah.
It really does.
I think
It got mixed reviews, didn't it?
I think that's because
It did.
it's pretty difficult. It's
That
the,
and
the
is
um
time based.
yeah, that's kind of what makes it so difficult.
And it's a lot darker than the other Zeldas, too.
It is pretty
It's-
dark. Just
yeah,
like the
it's
moon,
really
the
dark.
tone, like the moon looks pretty
Angry.
creepy, you know, and like you're pretty directly confronted with like the end of the world, you know? So like at Ocarina of Time, the whole time you're dealing with Ganon who's like world domination. But it's kind of like this thing that's far off in the future that might happen if you fail. But this is like, oh boy.
Wait, Tim.
I'm gonna let that cool
Oh
a little
wait, take
bit.
some pictures of that too with my. So take good pictures.
Yeah, because
But like
off the
Majora's,
success of the previous game,
Hey,
this
Tim,
one comes
take a
out.
spoonful up so you can get some of the stuff for that pic.
all right, let me get some.
I'm
nice
guessing it was kind of
chunks
nice
in
at the
here.
time because Ocarina of Time came out, and then you're fresh with that, and then Majora's Mask, and you're like, yeah, I just want to jump into that, and it's like, wait,
Yeah,
this is time based.
Yeah, and I know
Fish.
when
goat
it
cheese.
first came out, it was too much for me. Like I was pretty young.
It was a lot to take in.
Yeah, and like so
It was
the-
just like the moon's about
everybody's
to.
taking pictures.
You might need to get the Pepto-Bismol on deck, bro.
Oh,
Man, I need some water at least. Like, I
somebody
need
get this
something
man
out
a
of it.
You
toilet,
got a beer.
You
please.
should have bought more beer because you probably needed to wash out that taste.
All right. Wait, is this like piping hot right now?
You could blow it off and try it.
Don't worry, I got
course
one
I can.
more. It's
All
for me.
Find a spot for this water. Let me actually open it in case of emergency.
It's weird. I turn around and the whole family's here.
All right.
Here goes Tim.
I gotta get some good
Ooh.
chunks in here.
All right. He takes his first bite.
Everybody's
choose it?
laughing. Wait.
Y'all, that's really not that gross.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
suspense.
Also, it's actually kind of good.
Tim has fooled you all.
I'm saying, like,
We're gonna have to
try
fix
it.
this table because it's definitely shaking and it's hitting the mics whenever.
Like,
somebody
I'm
touches
actually
it.
considering going back for another bite.
There you go. Go back for
It's
it.
not.
man.
I'm not though. but it crossed my mind.
Wait,
It's
Seth,
not
you gotta
completely
taste some,
repulsive.
I'm a. You know what?
Everybody's
Stick
gotta
a big
taste
old slab of that meat in that soup, and I'll have it together.
Wow. You go back to your question about Majora's Mask. It was actually very well received.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's a Google font. So
No, it was 9.7 Game Informer. Edge
Well,
9.
I just did it sell
Who
well
does
though?
out of 40?
Kotaku.
Famatsu?
that's Famatsu. That's a Japanese
Oh,
magazine.
Okay.
Oh.
37 out of 40 is just okay. well,
Some
different.
asshole.
Oh, it's different. I don't know if I'd call him an asshole just yet. But
No.
no,
I'm
they're pretty
calling
good.
it like I see
I
it.
don't know.
That wasn't so bad.
but-
I'm surprised.
I could have swore I heard like just listen to some different games podcasts. Some people have been like,
well, and
Ocarina is like universally hailed like greatness.
Yes.
Majora's Mask, mostly I hear good, and the idea of it and everything was like very interesting.
I
Well,
just
critics
Right.
praise the game, but it might
yeah,
have been
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
You're looking at critic responses because it was a really good game, but your average, consumer, I think was overwhelmed. Like I was when it first came out. I played it for a little while. It was like, all right, you need to go
Not a
back
fan.
in time now. And
But
I
it's not terrible.
did the song and all my money and my arrows and everything. I was like, what the hell is this? And that was hard for me to deal with back then.
Yeah, I was a little bit baffled with the free roaming I had with Ocarina of Time.
My
Then
meat
the
has
place
a
where Majora's
vagina
Mask,
in
it's
it.
like, what do you mean this
Take a
shit is
picture
time
of that.
based?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. It's definitely
A lot to
more
take in.
like structured too, So it's like,
My vagina meat.
oh,
Oh.
that's sweet.
What he
Let's go on
means
the
is
side.
wizard sleeves.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad, man.
It wasn't that bad. I'll
All
give
right.
you that. It wasn't that bad, but
It's not something I would order.
it's not that bad, but it definitely is like, hey, you're gonna remember me for a while. Like, I'm gonna remember that taste for a little while.
You had to put a
Ah,
dollar amount on it. What would it be?
Wait,
really-
Ryan hasn't had.
Hey,
any
Ryan,
soup
you
What?
need your damn soup,
yet. Yeah,
sir.
what's going
Well,
on
do
here?
you see a damn soup in my hand right now?
You need to get one.
Should I get up and get it?
No.
Okay.
Get him some soup.
I'm glad we
Thank you.
can agree.
Thank you. All right. So.
I mean, if it makes you happy, the piece of my meat is smaller than yours, so
No, it doesn't make me that happy.
you're a goddamn
That
liar.
made Tina happy, so I guess.
Oh, yeah,
now
I can hear
my
her
wife's
back
gonna
there.
be cheating on me with you.
That's fine.
I need like a knife over here or something.
Be a
This
man.
is-
Use your fingers.
Yeah, I don't want to get this shit on the microphone or anything.
Hey, we're
Okay.
savages. It's
You
fine.
make a good point. Savage.
All right. I'm a refined gentleman.
I
Now,
just
Clearly,
Tommy?
Now, of course, Eric, since he's a beast of a cook with this rock sirloin's good as fuck. It's pretty good, man.
soup's not that bad, right?
it's not.
It's not.
The best
Alright.
part, it gets stuck in my mustache and I have a flavor saver. So
There you
it's
go.
fine.
I have it in the flavor saver in the back of my throat from that damn. Still tasty. This vagina meat is not helping.
I just think Seth doesn't have a refined enough palate to handle. Ryan's taking more bites out of the soup.
Hey, hey,
Yeah, 3 bites.
hey! When you're done eating 3-day-old stale bagels, then you come back and talk to me.
He went back for more.
I guess you just don't get any good home cooking, so you'll just take
Right.
anything.
So if everybody can just go to www.pleasefeedryan.com, that'd be
I'll
great.
put a link in the site, and I have
Thank
your
you.
face with a bowl
Thank
of
you.
soup next to it.
All right,
Thank you.
so I have to agree. The rock sirloin, which is kind of just a sirloin that we're calling a rock sirloin, is pretty good.
I mean, we can't actually eat a rock.
You could have
And it-
just go outside and sprinkle some dirt on that shit.
We could have. But
I don't think any one of us wants to do that.
we put.
Who's gonna eat the dirt? That's the
Well,
question.
Eric, why don't you get on a mic?
Don't make them sprinkle dirt, please.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I want you to talk about what you did in cooking these things. So, yeah. So you're going to take Ryan's spot. Bye, Ryan.
Bye, y'all. See you when I get back.
He's gonna go finish that soup.
Yeah. Can I have seconds?
God,
I'm gonna go finish it in my
hungry bastard.
Yeah. Go in the corner and finish your soup. All right, Eric, what's up, man?
Alright, so fun fact, the rock sirloin was a piece of pork bought at your local grocery.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. What seasonings? What did you do? 'Cause I know you used some stuff to make it darker, to give it like a blacker look. You can't see it on the inside, but on the outside of it, it had like kind of a darker tint to it.
Well, yeah, it didn't get a chance to penetrate like it should, so if I could have maybe took like a day or two to marinate it,
Well,
I could have got it a little darker, but had to improvise with some kitchen bouquet, make it a little dark. throw some Tony gravy mix on it. So stick it in the oven, let it get that nice brown golden crust on it. So baste it, make it look shiny, and threw some onion powder, some nature seasoning and all. Just mixed a beautiful thing all together. Just threw it in the oven.
Yep.
And that's basically what it.
And then when it came out, you fucked it with styrofoam bottles.
Yeah, I fucked it with styrofoam.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So
This is not a vagina in the meat, it's a butthole.
Yeah, it's a butthole.
It's a butthole.
enjoy.
A good butthole.
a good butthole.
So,
Eat the booty like groceries.
was there anything, involved with any of the choices you made that you made specifically because you were like, all right, I got to make the rock sirloin?
Well, it was crunch time when I thought about it, so I had to be creative and, think about the. Wow, thanks, Seth.
You
No,
are
greatly appreciated.
an idiot.
Well, anyways, I had to improvise with the kitchen bouquet to make it dark because I needed like a couple of days so it could get brown, like the rock sirloin. So it turned out real good, and it got a good flavor and all. So I'm satisfied with it.
Yeah, I am currently working on my last bite right now. This is pretty good.
Oh, they got plenty more where that came from.
Actually, I'm going to dip it in the soup.
Yeah, do that. I'm gonna do that too.
Y'all
gonna see
make a
what
beautiful
happens
thing
here.
go to crap.
No one's gonna get the shits or anything.
So Eric, why don't you tell us a little bit what you're thinking about the Switch? You got to play it a little bit when you came over. What's your thoughts? You played Zelda for a little bit.
My initial thought, I thought it was pretty damn good playing on a handheld. In fact, I think it's better playing as handheld style than playing on a TV. It's the graphics on this real crisp and everything. Like, I'm liking the new style of the combat. It's fun and innovative. It's really great. Nintendo really did their thing with this game.
What about the combat? I know nothing about the combat.
Oh
What's
yeah,
kind of new
break
about
down
that?
the combat a little bit because it's really different from
Yeah,
the
the
Zelda.
combat
is it
is
really?
different. It's like with the weapons down, you don't have a solid weapon that you could go up.
I knew that. They all break.
Right.
And they all have strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
I read that if you're carrying a metallic weapon, you will die in a lightning storm. Have you encountered
Really?
that?
Nah,
And
we haven't
if
gotten
you-
that far.
Okay, so if you're in a thunderstorm and you're wearing or you're using a steel sword, the lightning maybe it has more of a chance of striking you
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
and will flat out kill you.
Well, Kevin experienced it when he was fighting in one of those new futuristic machines. Well, I ain't gonna say futuristic, the ancient machines.
Yeah.
Like he had a metal axe and he chopped at it, but the monster disintegrated. So, you care to explain about your experience with that?
Yeah, I mean, I was in the first little shrine there, and one of I remember the big guardian, the big tentacle monster from the commercial and everything. I'm sure everybody remembers that. There was a mini one that I encountered in there, and I had the woodcutter's axe is the first weapon you find.
Right.
We had been using, and I went to swing at the thing, and as soon as I hit it with one hit, the freaking axe just disintegrated.
Oh, the axe disintegrated.
Disintegrated,
I
yeah.
thought you meant the enemy did,
nah,
and I
the-
was like,
the
well, that
axe.
sounds really weird.
I thought that was pretty interesting. So, they got a lot of crazy scenarios
So-
with the weapon situation.
So it's definitely like RPG where you pick different outfits to
Yes.
wear, different
Yeah.
weapons in there, and I think it mixes motion control and regular gameplay pretty good because you don't have to do motion control.
Thank God.
But the
Except for
Joy-Con works really good. Because the problem with the Wii was that you had that sensor bar and you had to sit in front of it and
Yeah.
So I was sitting on the side of my couch, but it was still registering me aiming, not even pointing it at the TV. I was just moving it, and it was aiming to my movements. It's matching my movements, not worried about how it's pointed.
That's really cool.
So and you could do it you could just either you could be moving it around or you could just go to the stick and then just move it around with the stick and it'll just do that. So it's your choice on how you do it, but you can use that and it seems to work much better. They've really nailed the motion control. Well, I say they really nailed it. It seems like they did from the first couple of minutes I got to play Zelda. So.
I kind of struggle a bit with the aiming because it was a bit too
was,
sensitive.
It was shaky. And a little,
Ryan's still eating this.
You people leave me be.
I'll tell you what, that soup got some bite.
Oh, you had some?
I just tried some of the broth just now, and oh man, that
Yeah,
thing's got-
when
that
I
thing's
went
got
back
an aftertaste.
with the open quotations rock sirloin, it kind of triggered a small gag reflex, like just a little bit. I don't know what it was about round 2 with the soup, but
I
that
told
wasn't
you, you
working
took
for
a
me.
risk with the soup and the meat.
Yeah.
haha, you all took a risk. Stop staring at me and these He is like putting away spoonfuls
Yeah, he's
of
tearing
that
I
shit.
know. I am hungry.
Dude.
They have more sirloin. Like
Man.
you have like a
You
lot
have
of
more
other
meat.
options.
Don't worry, I'm
This
getting
man
to
is
it. Don't
Yeah.
you worry.
I don't know,
Soup
man.
first,
That
then
look like chalk and piss water,
Probably
man,
have
mixed
to reach
together.
worse things
Yeah.
in the desert.
Yeah.
Get
ready to eat a
So
snake.
I read that all weapons will break, and so the implication is there that the Master Sword will also break.
Really?
It's not been confirmed to my knowledge,
Yeah, I
but
haven't heard anything.
the implication is there. There was whatever article I was reading. It was in the Game Informer magazine. Said that the guy that they were talking to about it said that every single weapon can break.
Wow.
And so the guy writing the article was like, well, what about the Master Sword? So, the implication is there that you have to be careful when you're using that.
That wouldn't make any sense. By it has the master in its name, why would it break?
I don't know. I don't know how that would work. So,
Because fuck you, that's why.
they, yep. I mean, they
Ryan,
also...
just keep eating your soup. Don't talk all that shit.
Yeah.
Mike.
They also got rid of
Yes, sir.
Epona. I don't know if you guys were aware of that within your, however long you've been playing, but Epona's no longer there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like I said, because it starts off, he like wakes up in like
Yeah,
a
in a
cave,
spot, yeah.
and he's like basically like naked. Like, I mean, Dick's not hanging out, but I mean, he's like, you go get pants and a shirt and you put it on, like you start from scratch, and then you go out and there's just this like just massive world,
Yeah.
and you're just kind of running around. Like
Yeah.
there's I don't think. Because I know, like, in Ocarina of Time, it took a while before opponents showed up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this one, I thought maybe it,
Well, from what I know, Link has apparently been asleep for like a century.
Oh, okay. So
And I guess that's why he's like in the cave with no clothes on. I don't know. But that's what I read. And also, like I'm telling you guys that I read that Epona's not there anymore. You have to, at some point you get a stable or
Right.
multiple stables, and so you find horses out in the wild,
Yeah.
and you tame them, and you bring them back to your stable, and they all have like different stats for different scenarios, and your horses can die in combat.
See, Nintendo showed some of the horses in early video games, so that's an indication right there that Epona no longer exists.
You get
So you can
random
go tame
horses,
a wild horse.
and don't get too attached because they can die and leave you stranded out in wherever you're out in. Which I was pretty impressed. I was like, that's really cool
It
that
is.
they're letting that happen in this this franchise.
Yeah, the emphasis on Breath of the Wild is real strong in that game.
Yeah, like shit's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, we hit our hour.
Woohoo! That was really loud, man.
Woohoo.
Yay.
Hour.
Woohoo!
But, so, we're going to go ahead and sign off. So, good job, Eric, with cooking. Appreciate
Yes,
your
thank you.
services.
Thanks.
Good job
Anytime.
with the soup.
And I like to say that, hey, we kicked off this cooking segment. We'll try and do this once a month. But Eric's probably going to Alaska because that's where Eric goes.
That's where the
And,
money's at.
Jerk. And so,
Hey, it's work.
yeah.
There you go.
So we're going to have to take over cooking duties unless he could start doing something on Skype or something. So we're trying to work something out.
Jerk.
But we're definitely moving forward with this type of cooking segment. anything you want to see cooked or any suggestions, we're more than willing to try it.
For your
The worse you think it tastes, the more you should send it our way, because Ryan just eats any fucking thing.
Yeah,
Anything.
Yeah, anything.
We
He
just discovered. I didn't know that.
in fact,
Fucking gains, bro.
I'm giving you the soup to take home.
Yeah,
you can eat
you
that.
Can have that.
So that way you have something to eat.
I probably won't be back next month.
I'm sure. But Eric, go ahead. Eric, and say bye.
All
So
right,
say
thanks,
bye.
guys. Enjoyed the time.
You enjoyed what?
I enjoyed the time cooking the rock sirloin. It was a fun experience. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, now go to Alaska and shut the fuck up. Give it over to Ryan.
Hell yeah. I'm out of my corner.
So it was Eric, we got Tim, Ryan, Kevin, and then I'm Seth.
Yut.
So we thank you for listening in. We're just trying to figure this podcast shit out. So,
Thank you.
I almost tripped.
Okay.
Thank you.
Say it like softer.
Thank you.
But we're trying to figure this stuff out. So bear with us. Some of these episodes will probably be rough. I'm still learning some of the recording equipment. I think I got it down for the most part. But hey, we're not here to try and give you too much on news. We're just trying to be an entertainment podcast.
Just three average Joes doing our thing.
This is it's Who's Next Entertainment, gaming entertainment. It's the idea basically is, just like any gamer, it's who's next. You know, you're on to the next game, on to the next game. If you look at the image, you'll see him sitting on a pile of characters, and he has the microphone in his mouth, the wolf characters,
and his
the
dick in
character part of our
his
logo.
left hand.
Yeah, he has that too.
Okay.
And it's just, we're just gamers, just like most other people. We're doing a podcast, trying to make it funny, trying to give you something. I know I have those long days on trucks, and I enjoy a lot of different podcasts. So any other interesting segments or interesting things that you think would be cool to hear in a podcast, if you'd like us to discuss it, just reach out to us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Then we'll probably slowly get into other social media stuff as well later. So thanks for listening. We out.
Peace.
Bye.